All right, this is the S&P 500 one-day reading for March 3rd, 2022. Current date and time is February 24th, 2022, 8:09 p.m. Overall behavior and theme for the day, something that was hidden comes to light. We have a bit of a U-shaped dip within some technical perpendicular diagonal trend lines, and we have a move higher in the post-market or in the pre-market to successfully create new support out of resistance. Sharp decline and a little bit of price swings right at the open, an agreement between two parties, two leaders, two rulers is highlighted in the first half hour. And we have an opportunity to open some short positions. Wow, just a lot of bearish stuff going on. To open some short positions, buy some puts, protect against long positions here, roughly 10 to 11 o'clock. We revisit a support level, a notable support level between 10 and 11. And then we have a breakout between 11 and 12. Excuse me. We revisit a notable support level between 11 and 12, and then 12 to 1, we have a breakout. Surprise failure, something that we were expecting to happen doesn't come through, and we break down through support level as a result between 1-ish and 2 o'clock. Then we have some sideways fluidity, equal bulls and bears, inflow, outflow, between 2 and 3 o'clock. Bit of a decline, a notable decline in the last hour of trading, possibly a J-shaped dip, sharp dip, possibly a very deep U or J-shaped dip. And then there's a big push, so probably a U-shaped dip in this case. There's a big push higher at the close. And it looks like a trade opportunity, right? Like there's a trade opportunity here at the very end of the day as well. Possibly to close and to open a position. The high, there's going to be a notable and prominent move higher from a support level to reach the high. And then we have a failed attempt to break key resistance, followed by a breakdown through support level to reach the low. Sneak preview of the following day, which will be March 4th. We have a big push higher, possibly a reverse U shape, very deep upside down U shape, or more likely an upside down J shape, a very long upside down J shape. I'm advised to trade around bullish rotation that increases in its bullish, in its incline. As we move forward in time, it becomes more and more bullish. And that is the S&P 500 for March 3rd, 2022. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. We're about to go through the actual pattern recognition portion, something that took me 21 years to develop, and time the actual highs and lows to the hour, my friends. I'll see you in just a minute. All right, this is the S&P 500 one-day reading for March 3rd, 2022. It's currently February 24th, 2022, 11:35 p.m. The behavior and overall theme for March 3rd is a U-shaped dip within, around the intersection of two perpendicular diagonal trend lines. Something is Yeah, so there's a surprise change in there. Okay, so we successfully, in the pre-market, we successfully create support out of a resistance level. And then we have a sharp decline around the open due to something highlighting a decision or an agreement of some kind between two rulers. There's a high correlation. There's two high correlators for the day between 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock. Two high correlators, like, so somewhere around there, there's a high. It's also an opportunity to open some puts in the midst of that rally. And then it looks like we visit. These are trade opportunities. Gotta mark this properly, guys. Sorry. So I don't miss it. Alright, so looks like there's we visit a significant support level somewhere between okay, so we somewhere between 11 and 12, but there's also a bit of a rally in there, roughly around the tricky around like the 10-15 mark, and then between 12 and 1 we have a big push higher. There's a breakout there, opportunity to sell. So it looks like probably buy some puts, sell against the puts, buy more puts, buy some puts, sell against the puts, buy calls, sell against the calls. Yeah, okay, so based on what I'm seeing for the following day and this low here, as well as a U-shaped dip correlating with this, when you look at the month, we have a low correlator here and a big fast sudden move higher out of a strong decline. So combine all that together, and what I see here is an opportunity to buy puts somewhere around the 10 to 11 o'clock hour, and then an opportunity to sell against those puts to create vertical put spreads for possibly for a credit or for really cheap by putting on the legs separately, and then also to buy calls, so sell against those puts at roughly like 11-ish, 11:05-ish or so, and then buy calls around roughly 12:10-ish, and sell those calls at a high at roughly somewhere there'll be a breakout between 12 and 1, and then a high somewhere around to 1:15-ish. A surprise breakdown due to a failed attempt to break through resistance, and something that we were counting on doesn't come to fruition. There's a decline between 1 and 2, and then we have sideways fluidity between 2-ish and 3-ish, followed by another decline in the last hour. A big push higher just at around the close, but overall there's a sharp decline the following day. Yeah, it looks like we opened lower on March 4th. Below correlator here. All right, guys. So that's the second portion of the S&P 500 one-day reading for March 3rd, 2022. This, believe it or not, these markups and whatnot, they're the result of over 20 years of daily predictions and daily spreads for the S&P 500 just to figure out these patterns. So that's why the accuracy is so insane. Nobody was insane enough to do what I did for the last 20 years. So with that, please take my hard work and make some money and then tell me about it. Love to hear about it, my friends. I'll see y'all later.